Hey, this is Bill Wynn with Lead Capture Page Boss, and what I wanted to do in this video was relate to you a Facebook management program that I did research on and decided that this was excellent and I wanted to recommend it. We had a lot of people asking, what do you do for your Facebook marketing? And so we started to do some investigation into the different pieces of software that were out there and bought a number of them. Some of them did one thing but didn't do another. Some of them didn't work at all. Some of them just, different hokey things, like $15 programs, this, that. But anyways, we came across this particular program that really does it all. I got in touch with the programmer. His name is Sean. Seems like a top-notch guy. Definitely offered support back and forth as we were setting it up and getting going. And since we purchased it, there's been a number of updates already, so he keeps up to date with his software. And the great news is it's only a one-time purchase of just $49. So I'll tell you right now, if you don't have this software, you need it. The people that have gotten it on our recommendation love it. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to just do a quick overview of the software to help you get a sense for it. This is not a tutorial on how to do it. Sean actually put a number of tutorials together, and I think that we'll be doing more tutorials on the software, but this is more of just an overview. So this is essentially how it works. You click on this little X here, and then you can load in a number of accounts. As a matter of fact, we bought a number of licenses simply because we wanted to have a couple computers in the office doing our marketing on different Facebook accounts. So what you're able to do though is you're able to fill it out and you load in your different profiles here. So you have a number of profiles, and then what you'll simply do is you'll load that profile in. And of course the process is pretty simple. First, you want to find the groups that you want to be a part of. Second, you want to join those groups, and so there's actually different ways to gather groups. Here's a gather groups here, where you'll see you can select open groups or all groups. Now open groups are public. There are also closed groups on Facebook, and those it's more like knocking at the door and the admin of that group has to let you in. But you can choose to join open groups. How many groups do you want to gather? Where are you going to save that file? And then you simply click start, and it just starts gathering all these groups. What we're doing, we're not using this particular option here. What we're using is this add groups to a list. This way we can actually specify the keywords associated with that group. So what we're doing is we're choosing open groups and then closed groups. We're doing a search for both. So we use open groups, and then just say you want to do something like solar, and then we'll choose gather group speed, and we'll do average. Remember that you don't want to go overboard. Moderation is always the keyword or the watchword in internet marketing, because Facebook, just like Google, has different parameters out there to flag certain activity. So what you do is you choose solar, choose average, and then you're choosing the name of your file and where you're going to save it, and then simply click start, and it starts gathering all of these groups. Okay, so the first thing you do is gather them. It's very effective. Just tonight I was helping somebody. He typed in work at home and got 1,000 groups. He's currently in the process of gathering those onto a list. Well, once you have your list of groups, now you need to join them. So then you come over here to this join groups tab, and again, the way that we've been doing it is we will choose join open groups from a list, because we're gathering a list. Time to wait between joining, we actually vary it. At one point we might be doing 45 to 60 seconds, whereas typically if no one's going to be around by the computer, we're bumping it up to 30 to 45 minutes, or even 45 to 60 minutes. We're just varying it so it looks natural. We haven't had any problems at all with the software at this point, and so, or with Facebook I should say, as far as Facebook flagging us or throwing us in Facebook prison. So you just choose, I think probably 15 to 30 minutes is safe. If you divide that out over the day, you're going to join X number of groups. Well, at that point you'd be looking at 4 groups an hour, 2 to 4 groups an hour. So probably 10 to 15 minutes is safe. It depends again on how mature your account is. If you open up a brand new Facebook account, you're going to have to be a lot more moderate than someone who has a very mature Facebook account, and this kind of activity would be expected. But anyway, so you're joining a group, say every 10 to 15 minutes. You can join groups that have more than a certain number of members. So if you only want to be in high member groups, you can go up, or if you want to just join as many as possible. Then you skip this and you skip this, and then you just choose how many you want to join. I always just pop it up way above the list. And then what you would be doing here is you're choosing the file that you had gathered. So if it was solar, now you're finding that file, you're loading it in, and then you simply click start, and you'll watch it'll automatically log into your Facebook account, and then it'll start to process through those pages and automatically click the join button. Phenomenal. Again, just excellent. So once now that you've joined those groups, the next step of course is to post to those groups. And so what you can do is then you come to this post to groups button, and then what you're looking at, the number of ads to post for the day. And this is very important that you don't go overboard. This will get you thrown in Facebook prison. So what you want to do is you want to just keep it moderate and then build it up over time. And then you have the time to wait in between posts, so that again it's not this machine gun type spamming. What you want to do is go ahead and be moderate. And a lot of the open public groups even invite sharing something of value. Keep that in mind when you're posting within a group. It's much better to post content that is helpful to people than just constantly pitching. Be a contributor to a community. Do things, offer things that help people. If you see a good blog article somewhere talking about some analytics or 10 ways to improve something, share that kind of stuff. Okay, so now here you have the number of posts to make, and then you can also take breaks in between. And now here's where you type in your ad copy. So again, if I'm assuming solar, it could be new or discount on solar panels, or 10 reasons why you should have solar, or state rebates for solar if you're in that state. So you're putting in your text, and then you can put in a link to promote. And here's where you can go ahead and load this ad and keep it if you want to just pull the ad up and then post it again. And then what you're able to do is you're able to post a text with no URL or no photo, post URL only with no photo, or you can post your photo with no URL, or you post your URL with photo. So you have all these different options, and then you can also choose the number of photos to share, and then you would upload your photos and then upload your group list. And once you have all that put together, click start, and again moderately just dripping these posts out, and you'll post to multiple groups within a day. I've heard people say that you should start around 40 a day and build it up to 200 posts per day per account. So again, if you have, now we purchased a number of licenses for the software, so you could have 2, 3, 4 accounts posting within that same day. So then we have some other options here. You can remove groups from your lists or from your account, or you can even do a post bump where you're actually bumping your posts back up to the top of a feed. So this is a very powerful piece of software, and I just wanted to put it out there. Definitely recommend it to you. Let me go ahead and pull up one of the lists. We've been gathering lots and lots of Facebook groups, and let me just go ahead and open up one here. And so you'll see here, this is Ambit Energy, and you'll see all of the groups. This is actually a smaller list, but you'll see that there's numerous groups to join here. And so I recommend that you go ahead and grab the software. There's a link below the video to go ahead and purchase the software. I want to really thank Sean for making such a great program at such a reasonable price for marketers.